sorry about that, but don't be weird in our chat. We're a welcoming chat. We have a lot of people in here, so we appreciate you guys being responsible in the chat. Especially Urine. Look at Urine being contained.
Troy. You got it? Lyra?
Lyra and Luma, dude. The guy who just spammed the emotes.
Lyra and Luma. Something sticky touched my hand.
You see him? The guy who's spamming. Yes, there you go. Alright, sorry about that. Getting into it, Peckham versus Tyranks, a storied matchup. We were talking to them earlier, and, you know, before this, before last week, I think Peckham was like seated above him, but now he's seated just one above, or Tyranks is now seated above him, but they still have to play anyway. Yeah, it's the seating ELO hell, as I like to call it.
Yeah, the illusion of choice.
Oh, look at Peckham rocking the happy birthday tag. Of course, it's Tyranks' birthday. Maybe Sakurai can gift him a win on Peckham, or maybe Peckham's gonna come out on top. But the way that it's been polling so far is like Tyranks has been super dominant in this matchup, just playing super well, punishing Min for being in disadvantage.
Yeah, Tyranks has been doing a really good job being able to push the advantage, and Peckham, you know, having a hard time in this matchup. And Tyranks has definitely had Peckham's number in the multiple times that they face against each other. But we'll have to see if the adaptation comes into play, because you know, definitely Peckham has been hard grinding to get ready for Crown 2 that is coming up this weekend. But we're gonna have to see how this neutral game plays out there.
So far, I mean, what I'm noticing is that they're both playing advantage stage extremely well against each other. Once they're getting each other at the preferable ranges, they're just hitting each other so much. Peckham getting Tyranks off stage, and I feel like if he can close those edge guards against that Lucina up to the ledge, he's gonna have a much easier time in this matchup. But already Tyranks with the ledge pressure, I like that a lot, playing really patient in the ledge pressure reactive, but then making the hard read with the side B and killing him. You have to do that sometimes. You have to commit, because it's okay to knock someone off stage a bunch of times, but eventually you do need that kill.
That's exactly what's going to happen, and Min's one of those characters that's really terrifying when they have a lot of rage to work with, so definitely want to shout out the stock right there. But Peckham being forced into this corner, and Tyranks chasing out all these defensive options. The Dolphin Slash is going to miss, though, but can't quite get the punish. Great parry, but the dash attack as the burst option not going to quite land. Tyranks finally getting shield poked out, but if Peckham can't clear out the stock, Tyranks is doing a really good job just kind of reclaiming the stage control. But as I say that, Peckham doing the best they can to try to shut this out.
Yeah, he has to. He has to keep Tyranks at bay, and once Tyranks gets in and knocks you into that disadvantage, it just becomes harder and harder to get through. But now we see Tyranks with an open up forward air from the ledge into the jab lock side B. That's optimal percent. He got the optimal strings, and now finally Peckham finding a jump read on Tyranks. A very good jump read too. Of course, when you're playing Lucina, you're going to be more prone to going into the air and landing, and if you can catch the floaty jumps of Lucina, you're going to be having a much easier time finding kills.
It's the infamous megawatt nair. That thing hits like a truck. It's so good, but great job using the grab to get this powered up arm. Only shoots out one arm. I like that little bit of patience, understanding that Tyranks has been on top of it, but the quick roll around. Tyranks slipping through the defenses of Peckham, but finally gets hit out a little bit. If Peckham can shut, the thing is that in the slow crawl like this is where Tyranks like benefits the most, because Tyranks is able to find the chinks within the armor of Peckham's defense. But now, as we're speaking of that one, Tyranks getting hit up quite a lot. Peckham carrying out. There we go.
It's the taste of his own medicine. Tyranks is so confident on that ledge trap, but Peckham playing a character that's even more prevalent than Lucina in the ledge trapping, and the way that Peckham's playing around the positioning, he's just positioning himself so that Tyranks cannot reversal him from the ledge, always just a step away from him, and now you're seeing Tyranks getting really punished for this, trying to make a connection happen by the 53% and catching that, looking harder and harder. Peckham on this ledge trap, tries to cover a normal getup, but man, it's so snowbally, this matchup.
And great job by Tyranks to stop the bleeding as soon as possible with that aerial, but now it's going to be the hard part, because Peckham has the life lead, does not need to approach at all, and just controlling out there with these arms. Can Tyranks find their way around this zoning pressure? And Peckham playing extremely safe now, understanding what is at bay, and
harder and harder, yeah. I mean, finally getting off the ledge with that forwarder, but Peckham learning from his mistake in that first stock that cost him 50%, positioning himself so that if he gets hit with that forwarder, there's no follow-up for Tyranks, especially when you're up in the air like that. But a good grab as a mix-up, now has a powered-up laser, and your ledge trapping is looking so much more lethal if you're Peckham here, and 125% a strong hit will do it. Charges the down smash, no punish from Tyranks, gets the reverse hand though. He can catch those hands from many ranges, gets the forward tilt too. Man, this is just looking rough now.
And the hands are ready for everyone, and here you go. Tyranks staying alive though, but surely not for long, and Peckham closes it out there. Is this the curse? Whoever's seated higher just kind of loses?
I mean, this is just upset city. I mean, is it not the most land hero thing for them to be an upset? Even in the 4th and 5th seed, like, there's just so many upsets in this bracket. It would make sense that whoever's seated higher here is just going to be doomed to fail, but...
It's a SoCal special.
SoCal special. SoCal unrated, unranked versus... Oh, they're both unranked. Peckham 21st on the SoCal rankings, but yeah.
Surprised that Peckham was unranked.
Yeah. No, I know. Robbery. Well, you know, with that Genesis run, and I'm sure this Crown run coming this weekend, I feel like he's going to have a really good shot at the higher spots in the SoCal PR. As well as Tyranks coming out of his retirement. I like to call it retirement. They were really at college grinding the books. Now they're coming back, and it's like I'm like a parent here. I TO this tournament, and it's like I'm seeing all the kids come home from summer. Like, it's like, oh, you're all back to land hero. I know it's summer now, and it's a good thing to see. Of course, Tyranks' birthday, and a big part of the SoCal community. We love Tyranks here, but Peckham, doesn't matter how many birthday wishes he gives him, he's going to try to take this game.
Yeah, he's like, happy birthday, have this L, you know, have this in the present. But now, hopping onto this stage, the neutral game definitely going to be the most important here. And we saw in the first one how back and forth both those players were, but once Peckham starts getting a lead, well, once any of these characters, I should say, gets a lead, it's really hard for them to, like, get stopped. And speaking of that one, Peckham, in this corner area, the grab, lots of, and, like, doesn't get punished on that recovery, though. Really lucky in that favor, but Tyranks doing the best to try to close it out. Great usage of the F tilt and trying to close something out there. The dash attack gets out of the corner. Ridiculously good in this situation. And on this ledge situation, I love the delay using the side special in order to mix up the timing of the recovery. You do not want to get too framed by Min Min.
Yeah, and I feel like this is just the story of the matchup here. It's like, who can Peckham execute ledge traps and can Tyranks execute ledge traps? And the mix-ups they're employing to get out of disadvantage is super interesting. They both kind of fall under the same category, though, where they're just swinging to get out. But, man, Tyranks punishing that normal get-up with that down air, now has him off stage. And just amazing recovery mixes from Peckham. And now has a charged laser, has frame traps on deck with that charged laser. You're so scared. But Tyranks able to get off the ledge with that back air, Peckham off stage.
Yep, and can't escape it again. Nope, went way too low, but my goodness, we both saw Peckham's mix-up on that recovery. Yeah. It was life-saving, but now Tyranks wants to keep the lead going, and it's going to be really up to Peckham. And I love this patience from Tyranks, just waiting for Peckham to overcommit. Missed punish on the grab, though. Peckham, if he can close up the stock right now, would be so important, and yes, he does that exactly.
And that's a classic for Min Min. Min Min's like to do that slow walk away, and a lot of people like to approach with that run up. They're trying to run at you and get a hit off, and that's a great tempo check from Peckham, catching Tyranks' aggression, trying to hit him for that retreating, and that's something that Peckham's going to be super good at as well. I feel like his awareness of when to throw out tilts has been super, super good so far.
Yeah, but Tyranks has been doing a really good job just playing it patiently, understanding like limitations of Lucina within this matchup. Because like, yes, you can really, you know, punish Peckham with that recovery, like the tether. It's easily exploitable, but Tyranks has been playing immaculate within the neutral game. Read out the roll, but just was a little too late on the punish. But the second arm being thrown out, gonna put Peckham in that end lag in that position. And Tyranks, oh my god, that slide out. That was really close. The laser clips out for a little more damage, and the megawatt keeping Tyranks in check within that shield, and Peckham trying to land a little more damage down. Oh my god, another roll, but reads the second one. I love that from Tyranks, that adaptation game. Understanding what's going to happen.
He's always waiting for that second option, right? A lot of people do that immediate ledge get-up option, and then they do something else. And the way that Tyranks is positioning himself to cover those defensive options is absolutely immaculate. And you're looking now running all the way across the stage with that pop-up. He pops him right up just to land into his up tilt, and Tyranks now with some control here. But of course, we've seen Peckham perform some crazy magic to bring back stock counts. But man, the way that Tyranks is playing this ledge trap has been immaculate so far. Running up with that up tilt, covering the defensive options. Tyranks is like dialed in, and this is the Tyranks we know and love. Fast reaction times, covering those defensive options, and playing amazing advantage state. And now has him off stage, goes for that forward air, good hurt box shift, but it's just absolute pressure from Tyranks.
Every single grab that Peckham has been trying to go for has missed and cost him a lot of damage, a lot of positioning, and great usage of the downer by Tyranks, pushing the lead even further. 101% on Peckham's, and the roll away. It's caught out there, knew the slide was coming. It's such a great movement tool, but can be easily called out, and mixing up the timing on that bear Tyranks. Not caring that what happened in game number 1, keeps it nice and controlled in game number 2. What a wonderful play by him.
It's just absolutely clinical the way he played that, and you saw that back air timing mix-up. The way that Lucina is designed is she's a floatier character, so although she likes to be in the air, she's going to have the struggle to land, and something that Tyranks is extremely good at is finding ways to mix up the landings. Whether that be with an aerial, an up air, forward air, back air, down air even, but then he has that secondary mix-up of that shield breaker. So if you're in the corner versus Tyranks, you're not only worried about getting hit off stage again, but you're worried about, dude, I'm going to get shield broken and my stock is gone. My game is gone, and it's just so easy to snowball away from that Tyranks pressure. He gets into your head with a landing, and it's just absolutely crazy stuff.
Now we're going to hop onto FD for game number 3. Peckham.
Bigger stage.
Yeah.
I like it.
Much more resistance and being able to, perform really well. That dash tag, oh my god, the dash tag not going to get punished. Probably wasn't expecting that. Such a slow thing, but here we go. Tyranks closing it out already, and they're already hitting with this nice amount of damage, 46 to be exact. And Peckham doing a really good job. I would say Peckham's recovery game has been really, really good, avoiding the aerials that Tyranks has been throwing to try to catch out within that tether recovery. But, I tried to use the arm, but it just manages to peek right through it. And there we go. It's going to be it's going to be a stock lead already for Tyranks. It's sitting at a really healthy thing. Peckham really has got to make something happen in order to really change the pace, but he's out the spot dodge, trying to get a little more
A missed input of the Sentry, gifting him the happy birthday stock.
Yeah.
And that's a very unfortunate stock loss from Tyranks, and now going to run away with this. It seems going with that sliding forward tilt, and already Tyranks initiating that pressure game, going for the nair, catches the tether. That could be it, but a double jump save from Peckham's going to give him one last shot at life here. Gets a frame trap with that laser, and can he hit the 2-frame? No, he doesn't. Good mix-up from Tyranks too, and it's just absolutely clinical the way that Tyranks is recovering here against Peckham and mix-ups, but gets the dash attack.
No.
That would have popped the shield, and that's bad.
Yeah.
And now you are looking at a very dangerous spot versus Tyranks going for the edge guard.
He's gonna live though. He's gonna live though.
If he hit the sweet spot, that would have been crazy, but
it's true.
You don't want to give Peckham room to work with, because now he catches your double jump and you're trying to land against him. I don't know about this. Maybe he's gonna bite him.
This is the most grabs that Peckham has really gotten during that set, and thankfully the Dragon Arm, the laser doesn't connect, but Tyranks trying to close this out there. Great 1-2 combo.
What a landing mix-up. Jesus Christ. Like, it looked so obvious that he was going to land and try to swat him away with a forward air, but instead utilizing that double jump, landing on his head with a downer to get an extension to push him off stage is just crazy. This is a Tyranks special, the landing mix-ups. And now you're just, if you're Tyranks here, you can't really think about the SD you gave Peckham, and you just have to close out the game here and play the game you've been playing. But Peckham's going to make it really hard to do that. Playing the game is something you're not going to be doing a lot of versus Minmin. Gets the up throw there, not enough to kill, but you're still off stage versus Peckham. Double Dragon Arms now going back to the Ram Ram, just trying to switch between the two, change the timing mix-up, but...
Will they bite him in the back? We'll have to figure how that's going to happen, Peckham.
Wait a minute. That would have killed him. Wait a minute. This is bad now. One mix-up. It's guess for game now in the corner versus Peckham, but he goes for that reverse nair, trying to go for that 0 to death that Peckham, the Min has, but landing Dragon Nair into the...
that's 55.
Wait a minute. It's guess for game, folks. You're in the corner.
Gotta be really careful. Great parry. My goodness, Tyranks.
Yeah.
Stops that from becoming a bad moment. Peckham laughing out. That was really scary.
And there we go. That's going to be Tyranks taking the set 2-1. Finally, the seeding reflecting that. And, wow. Good stuff.
That was really scary.
We got Maguka and Demon on stream.
Let's go.
That's a banger recently. I know that Demon and Maguka played...
I'm gonna grab a water. Give me a second.
Yeah,